It's been a long time since we've taken a look at a new handheld, so let's take a look at the Trimui, purpose-built to spark your imagination. Yes, this is the Trimui Smart Pro, and this has come to us from Mechdiy, or Mechdiy, however you want to pronounce it. And they were very kind enough to give us this carry case as well, so we'll take a look at that later on. But first, let's take a look at the actual console. Now, they're selling this as a possible replacement for the PSP. Certainly looks like it could be with that screen. Let's take a look around the box. So as you can see here, we've got a 4.96 inch IPS LCD, 2 joysticks, well, 2 analog sticks it means by that, stereo speakers, yep, handheld game console written there, and on the back of the box we've got pretty much the same thing again. Alright, so let's take a look and see what we actually get in here. And while we're doing that, I'll put the specs of the device up there and include how many games we get with this. Alright, so first of all, we got a nice little overlay card there, nice little bit of attention to detail with some instructions on the back of what everything does. Very nice. Oh, and a firmware upgrade. Well, I'm going to show you this out of the box so you can see what you get out of the box without updating the firmware. But nice to see that they are going to be producing upgradable firmware for this. Alright, and here is the actual device, and as you can tell, I've already had this out to have a quick play with it. That's why it's not in the baggie. And the only other thing we get in the box is a USB-A to USB-C cable. So this is the actual device, and I've got to say, in the hand it feels lovely. It feels very well built, and it doesn't flex at all. It's quite solid. And that screen, even though it's not, you know, an OLED, it is pretty vibrant and you can see it on angles quite well. It's very nice. I do like the little LED lights around here, which are customizable. We'll take a look at that later on. So taking a look around the machine, on the bottom, we've got our function button there, which actually vibrates the device when you switch it on and off. We've got our DC in, microphone socket, micro SD port, a headphone jack. We have got our power switch here. A host, which is another USB-C input. Basically that's for adding extra controllers, and our volume rocker as well. And of course we've got our shoulder buttons. Around the back of the device, not much there, but again it feels very nice, very soft feeling. It doesn't have that rubberized feeling to it, but it does feel very soft and quite premium. It is all made of plastic, but it's high quality plastic. Now, taking a look at the device here on the front, we can see we've got a menu button, which we will back out of at the moment. We've got a select button, a start button, and our analog sticks and a D-pad. Now, these little lights here are customizable. As you can see, they are currently pink. Now, if we go into the system options, so actually not in the settings, in the display option, we go into here and you can see we can change the brightness of the actual display. We'll just keep that on full brightness here. LED on or off, and that's our surrounding here on the analog sticks. So we'll switch that on and we can change the brightness. It's on 5 at the moment, but we can knock that all the way up to 10 or knock it all the way down to 1 or 0 where you can't see it. 1 you can barely see it. Default is 5. And that will change different colors while you're playing. Got a volume option there, so we can change the background volume and so on, the rumble. We can connect this to Wi-Fi, and it is currently connected. We can also set it up as a hotspot, so a Wi-Fi hotspot, we can do that. Various themes can be installed into this, but out of the box it just comes with the default theme. You can customize your key mapping, and of course going into the systems, you can change various aspects such as the language, network play options. You can refresh your ROM list if you put more ROMs onto here. Date and time, factory reset, hardware test. This is pretty handy. You can test all your different buttons, make sure everything is working just as well. And we'll just get out of that. And we can also calibrate our joysticks. That is quite nice. And as you can see, both sticks are perfectly centered, no drifting as of yet. But you can see they are real analog sticks. And they are quite sensitive, quite nice actually. No complaints about them at all, very nice. And we also have this mode called Flash Mode. Now when I booted into Flash Mode, nothing happened, so I'm not really sure what that's all about. Now built into this, we've got links, Atari 2600, 7800, CPS 1, 2 and 3, Dreamcast, Final Button Neo, Famicom, Game Gear, Game & Watch, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, MAME, MAME Plus, Mega Drive, Master System, Nintendo 64, Nintendo DS, Neo Geo, Neo Geo Pocket, Open Beats of Age, PC Engine, PGM, nice to see that's got its own little section, Pico 8, I do like that, PSP emulator, now that's what I'm interested in seeing, to see if this can actually hold up as a PSP device, PlayStation, Super Famicom, Sega Saturn, we got to check that out, Wonder Swan Color and Arcade, which is just MAME, pretty good stuff. However, we got more as well. Going on to here, we have got compilations that are built into this device. So we got a Famicom multi-cartridge compilation. Why the hell you'd want that, I don't know. Pokemon collection for all you Pokemon fanboys out there. And this vertical shooter collection. This is pretty cool. So going into here, we have got a load of games, in fact 188 games, which are all vertical shooters. And the way you do play these is by holding the device like this. So that is your joystick, and this will be your buttons. Now it may look like it's the wrong way around there, but it will switch orientation as soon as the game boots up. There you go. Look at that. And it works really, really well. In fact, I was surprised at how well this works. So let's put it. It blows your socks off. Okay, let's put in a credit and start the game. By the way, that's the credit button. That's the start button. And there we go. We have got a vertical scrolling shooter in vertical mode, or tate mode, or as Joe from GameSack likes to call it, Tate mode! I don't know why he calls it Tate mode. It's tate. But anyway, I'm sure he knows. But yeah, as you can see, you can play vertical scrolling shooters on this device, and I'm not doing too well there. Now I'll just show you that you can get out of games very easily. Press the menu button, and up comes the menu right there. Now you can continue, go back into the game. You can save state it, so we'll just save state it just to show it working. We've got 10 save slots per game, so we'll just save that. Advanced menu, that's basically the virtual arch menu, so you don't want to mess around with that if you don't know what you're doing. But you can do network play if the game supports it. So let's exit the game. And what we'll do is we'll go back into that game, and we'll hit the menu option here, the menu button, and we will load up our game save. Here it is. As you can see, we've gone straight into the game, and we can continue where we left off. Although in this game it seems to have messed up the sound. Now because they're selling this device as a PSP replacement, or at least an emulation replacement, we've got to see if it runs PSP games pretty well. So let's start off with God of War, and let's just see how well this actually runs, because this is going to be a game that pushes this emulation quite a bit. Yeah, performance is not too bad. Let's check out another PSP game.
The race is just about to start. The tension here at Seaside Route 765 is electrifying. All right, it's time to fire up those engines.
All right, so we're going to go with the classic track. Let's see if we can get around it without it skipping. We've got analog controls, yes we do, but I'm going to go with the D-pad. Now I am playing this behind a viewfinder, so apologies in advance. seems good. Nice and smooth. This corner usually stutters on emulation. Let's see how it handles it. No problem. Let's try the next corner. Okay, so I have to admit I have never played Tekken 5 ever in my life. This is the first for me, so we'll go with the default character there.
Get ready for the next battle.
Let's listen, see if we get any skipping. Or a little jutter then. A little bit. What do you think? Is it running a bit slow? Is this how Tekken 5 should run? Looking a little bit slow there to me. Okay, let's take a look at Sega Saturn. How does it handle that? Now this device has 17 Sega Saturn games built into it. Ooh, Wolfang SS, that is a good one. Steam Hearts, oh, a little bit of adult action there for you. Got some RPGs, Sega Rally there, Radiant Silvergun, that's always a favourite with the fans. Yeah, we've got a nice selection. Guardian Heroes, Daytona USA, Clockwork Knight, Castlevania, Blast Wind as well. So I'll tell you what, we'll start off with a little bit of Technosoft action with Blast Wind. And of course, you can add your own games to this as well. So you're not limited to what's built in. But I am interested to see how well Saturn emulation runs. Oh, that Sega Saturn boot up screen was not 60 frames per second. I'm telling you that straight away. Yeah. Okay, well anyway, let's see how the game runs. Seems okay. So let's give a bit of 3D action on the Sega Saturn emulator and see how it handles that. That is not good, is it? Yeah, that is running slow. And I just noticed some graphical glitching up there at the top. That is not how it should be. Anyway, this is the Japanese version, Sega Saturn, Sega Rally Plus. So at least it's not the American unfinished version. Let's just have a quick race and see how it handles the race. No, that is not right. That is slow as hell. See the glitching over there. No, that is not good, is it? Alright, so Sega Saturn emulation on this device is not going to be what we expect it to be. Oh man, that's so laggy. Let's see if we can get around the first corner without crashing. Oh wow. Here we go, first main corner. Nope, crashed straight into the wall. Alright, Sega Saturn is a lost cause for 3D games as well. Or at least 3D games I should say. Yeah, alright. Well, let's take a look at Dreamcast. Let's see how it handles Dreamcast. Did I see Dreamcast on here? Alright, so we have got 13 Dreamcast games in here. No, Slash Out is not a Dreamcast game. That is a Naomi 2 game. Or a Naomi game. So was Rumble Fish. Don't know what that is. Yeah, they're Naomi games. Okay, well I'll tell you what, we'll go with Slash Out. That's a 3D action slash 'em up, and let's see how it handles that. Right, yeah, this game is digital only. Now, at one point in time, I did actually own this on a real Naomi system. But the game is incredibly boring. I guess you could say it's kind of a sequel to a Spike Out in a way. But basically the entire game is just you walking around slashing weird looking enemies, and it takes forever to die. But yeah, that seems to be handling it pretty well. Now the only other system on here that could cause some emulation issues is the Nintendo DS, so I'm interested to see how that works on here. We've got 14 DS games. I suppose we should go with Mario. Let's give it a try, Mario 64 DS. Okay, so you can see we've got our dual setup screen here, and of course this is not a touch screen, so what do? Well, in most cases, usually the left analog stick, or the right analog stick, sorry, would be the mouse cursor or the push button. But no. Okay. It's the right analog stick in this game's case. And they are not buttons, so I'm guessing. Okay, it's the shoulder button up here that acts as the touch screen. And this would be your stylus movement. So yeah, as you can see, we're moving the stylus around here. So we'll just pick Adventure. And I guess we go into a new game. So far so good.
Dear Mario, please
Can we skip all this crap?
I baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool.
Yeah, Princess Peach. Okay, now I'm hoping using one of these LNR triggers will give us a selection of screen types. There we go, yes. Unfortunately, we do not get the option to have just one screen. That is a shame. Do we get a menu? We do, we get a menu, okay. Okay, so figure it out. If we go into the options here, we can go into video options, and we can actually change the screen orientation. So we've got it on single. We can also do vertical or horizontal. So we'll put it on single. And I've also got the frame skip switched off. And what that will do is that will now allow us to switch screens using the trigger button up here. And we can still use our pen thing here if we need to. But we can also go to our full screen here. And this game does work with analog controls. Nice. So I suppose we should check out another Nintendo DS game. So we'll go with Mario Kart DS, and we've got it set to single screen mode. Let's see how, we've got to switch screens. Okay. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's get out of here. Start to exit. Yeah, get out of that. Alright, we'll just quickly get into a race. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so I think we are on the right screen. Yeah, that's the overhead screen. Okay. Oh no, this is the right screen. Okay, so we've got digital controls, and this game doesn't have analog controls. By the looks of it, so we've got digital only. But yeah, that's nice and smooth. And we can switch to and from without any issues or hindrance to gameplay. Now what we've got to do is actually see if this fits snugly in the case that Mechdiy sent over. By the way, this case has got a nice feel to it as well. Everything's got a nice feel to it today. That's embossed as well. And yeah, that is pretty tough. Alright, so let's zoom back a little bit. And let's see if this fits in here without any issues. Alright. Okay, well, we've got a nice suede inside there. That feels nice. And yeah, that feels in there. That fits in there nice and snug. You could probably get your USB cable in there as well. And yeah. Yeah, that's going to keep your device nice and safe. No problems whatsoever. A nice free accessory. So what are my thoughts on this device? Well, you know what? It's not going to play your Sega Saturn games, that's for sure. Let's turn that down a little bit. But it is going to play your PlayStation, your Dreamcast. You've got a Thomas Wave running here as well. It's going to play an awful lot of games, but not your Sega Saturn games, yeah, as we clearly saw. And PSP, it is touted as a replacement for PSP, but yeah, they ain't going to be playing all those games perfectly either. However, saying that, that's just two systems it didn't play perfectly, but everything else on here works like a charm. Really nice indeed. And the front-facing speakers here, while a little bit tinny, do provide a pretty decent amount of volume. Not bad at all. And even though it does have a 16:9 screen on it, I do like the way the games are properly configured to 4:3 aspect ratio. Yeah, sorry all you weird people who like stretching the game so they look ugly. But for us normals, yeah, it's set to 4:3 as default. Very nice indeed. And the screen itself, as I mentioned, it's not OLED, it's an IPS LCD, but it's clear, it's bright, not bad at all. So I'm going to put a link in the video description down below. This will go to the Mechdiy, or Mechdiy, however you pronounce their store name. So check out the link down below if you want to get yourself the Trimui Smart Pro. Alright, till next time guys, keep on gaming, enjoy your games, and I'll see you then. Bye.